Hello, this is Marvin Byer at Marble Ridge Farms. I just want to do another video of my 2-acre where I'm going to keep the bulls and rams at. This area here, we fed hay a couple years ago, and I also fed a round bale here this past winter, or this spring I should say, because I kind of want to see what, it becomes here. I think there was a lot of thistles here. It was Canadian thistles. So I was like, well, I'm going to try to smother this out and see what happens. And yeah, we got a lot of new subscribers. So pretty much I live in Northwest Illinois, around where Byron, Illinois, and we own 25 acres or so. And we rotate our animals. I try to do it every other day. Depends how big the paddocks are or how small. Sometimes every day. I did it once, every half a day. But if there's a lot of food in there, or pasture that they can munch on and they don't trample it or eat it, I might put them in there longer, because you can only make paddocks so small. So this area here, I've fed hay in here. I'm trying to think. Last year was there. Maybe the winter of 2022 to 2023, in the spring of 2023. And I fed quite a bit of hay in here because I really want to put impact on here. And the hay has some seed heads on it. Some didn't. If you would have came here back in 2015 when we bought this place, you would not recognize this at all. The grass took forever to grow. It might have all summer, it might grow maybe 6 inches at most. So it was very slow, and usually nothing really grew at all. It was more like a crabgrass in the end of August. But as you can tell, we have all kinds of different grasses. Here's some timothy. There's some Brianna ryegrass, orchard grass. There's some brome grass in here. There's clover. There's fescue in here. There's curly dock in here, and our sheep love those. So they pretty much just strip the leaves off. And right around this area there was 1 or 2 plants of curly dock, and I kind of let it go see, because our sheep, like I said, just eat it pretty much down to the ground if you let them, because they really enjoy that. There's also white clover in here. There's a white clover. There's a few Canadians in here, thistles. There was a huge patch right here, but slowly it's disappearing. I still have patches here and there, but I'm trying to slowly take care of them between animal impact, and I take a weed eater in the like summertime and kind of smash them down. When I walk this ground is like really nice and soft and spongy. So I'm sure I'm collecting all the rainwater I can. Here's a little patch that the sheep will eat down to nothing. Here's some orchard grass down here. But orchard grass grows like crazy here. So does fescue, but look at this orchard grass. It just takes off. I will say one thing: if you want to grow apple trees or any other fruit tree, this past winter was pretty hard on them, because the rabbits, they pretty much took all the bark off at the bottom. We didn't have much of a snow. There was lots of forage in here. It was like not quite as thick as this, but it's probably half the height, and they can hide in here. We did have a bobcat running around, and I was more worried about my sheep, but yeah, the bunnies took care of some of these trees here. I think there's only a few that, I mean, there's more than a few that made it, but you can tell they played a number on them. Ugh, the grass is pretty tall here. I was kind of worried this spring about having enough forage in here for my animals, because it was pretty dry. Then we got a couple rains the past couple weeks, and it just took off. So the reason I kind of want to do this regenerative farming, one, it's healthy for the ground and the animals, and if you eat the animals, you are, well, they always say healthy soil, healthy animals, healthy humans if you eat the animals. And our animals are, I say 99% grass fed. There might be once in a while we might have a fodder bale we put in here for more for bedding, but I can't guarantee there's not a kernel of corn in there or something like that. So for the most part, we are all grass fed. And last year we had to cull one of our cows. It was pretty hard to do, but in the long run, it fed our family, and we're still eating it. And my whole family says this is the best hamburger they ever had. So it does make a difference of make sure you finish it out, and the right animals. If you have grass fed that's been pretty much grain fed all their life animals, and you want some breeding stock for that, it might not be the best flavor, but for us it was amazing, the grass fed. My wife is kind of always, she didn't like grass fed for a while. Then we liked it, then she didn't like it, then she liked it this time around, because I think it's how you finish out your animals. Not saying, everyone finish out their animals, but it does make a difference. The animal that we were eating, that we have, she was super fat. I wasn't sure how she was going to taste, so we made mostly hamburgers and ribeye steaks, and it was amazing. And here's another plant we never planted. Not sure what it is. It's probably a native species. We live pretty close to a native prairie, so between the birds and wind, we're getting some seeds carry over to our property. So more than one way, probably, maybe even little critters like bunnies and coons or whoever else could be bringing it over. And we also raised some chickens for eggs, and we did hatch some eggs, not on purpose. We found a clucker, we call them, a hen sitting on some last fall, and we let her sit there until they hatch out, and we collect them all and put the hen in there, and she was our heat lamp. We fed them till they were big enough to go outside with her, and as soon as we did that, we They all survived. We had, I don't know how many had we. I think there was 10 or 11, and the hens are laying the eggs, and roosters are meat for the freezer. So we have ducks sitting now, and we'll probably do the same thing with the ducks, because we did last year. We let her sit, and she hatched the eggs, but with this forage like this, walking around, I think she lost quite a few of her ducklings. Just, you know, probably getting lost. So this time we're going to do it again. Put them in a tub so they don't, and with the mother, and let them grow out. So we're trying our best to be good to the land and try to grow fruit trees that we like. So if you want to grow something, make sure you like eating what you grow, or be able to sell it too. And we have quite a few customers that enjoy our eggs. Wintertime, of course, it slows down. But I haven't had a store-bought egg since we had our chickens, and I probably won't ever buy a store-bought egg because it just doesn't taste the same. It's different taste, that's for sure. And I won't eat any restaurants either eggs, because that's just I don't think they taste as good. So if you lasted this long, I hope you enjoy this video. If you like, subscribe, comment, I appreciate it. And hope everybody has a wonderful day. And today is what, June 8th, 2025. And talk to you later.